In this episode, I go over my top 5 picks for New Comic Book Day coming out next week, June 29th, 2022. What's going on, everybody? Justin here, aka No Good Comics, and welcome back to the channel. In this episode, I'm going over my top 5 picks for New Comic Book Day coming out next week, June 29th, 2022. So if you're here for that, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And of course, I want to give a huge shout out to everybody in the premiere chat right now. Finally back on schedule. These past couple of weeks, I've had to do these top 5 videos a little bit differently. So I'm glad to finally, be back home. I was out traveling for a while for work. So it's nice to be home, nice to be able to record these on my free time and provide, you, the viewers, a little bit of insight of, just the books coming out next week as I've been doing. And as always, I say it is another great week for comic books. I have another nice list to go through here. Just going to stick to my top 5, no honorable mentions this week, as I want to just cut right to the chase. I will go over my cover buy of the week as well. So it's a good mix. Looking forward now, just got a couple DC books, couple Marvel books, a couple indie books, so should be good overall. So yeah, let's get into this list. I'm going to start off with Batman and Catwoman issue number 12. Now, if you've been watching my videos, if you've been following along, you'll know that this series has not been on a top 5 or even in my honorable mentions list throughout the time that it's been, being released, really. So the main reason I'm putting it on here is because this is the finale, from my understanding, of a 12-issue miniseries or maxi series that Tom King has been working on. So this is the wrap up to that. And to me, I've decided, because I was going to read it right off the bat with issue 1, but I was reading so many other things at the time, I decided I was going to wait till this whole thing finished, and then I was going to read it after the last issue came out. So that is why it's on my list right now. I'm very excited to dive into this and read it all the way through. It's definitely just going to be a binge thing for me. So if you know me, you know I'm a big fan of Tom King. I love his work, and especially writing Batman. I've been a fan. I know not everybody has been, but I've heard some really good things about this series. I'm looking forward to it. The artwork, it's always good to see him working with Clay Mann. And I know there's some really cool variants here as well. Jim Lee's been doing a lot of the variants for this 12-issue miniseries. So that's why it's number 5 on my list. I'm going with Batman and Catwoman issue number 12. Gonna move right along here. We're gonna switch it up to an indie book. I haven't talked about a Vault comic book in a while, but this is from Vault Comic. I'm talking about Mindset issue number 1. I've never heard of this book. It just caught my attention as I was kind of scrolling through the list of the new releases coming out for next week. Zach Kaplan doing the writing and John Pearson doing the artwork. I will say, while this is not a cover buy of the week for me, or it's not the cover buy of the week for me, it may be a cover buy of the week for me. It is the Martin Simmons variant that I'll put up here on screen, which looks really, really cool as well. And I love Martin Simmons. If you're not familiar with his work, he's been doing a lot with James Tynion on Department of Truth. So yeah, I was glancing at this issue. It caught my attention just from, the immediate artwork. Again, being an indie title, I do like to give indie number 1s a shot. I read a little bit, and I'll read it here for you. It says, when an introverted tech geek from Stanford with dreams of changing the world accidentally discovers a form of mind control, he and his friends do something unexpected. They put the science into a meditation app to help users break their addiction to other manipulative technologies and platforms. But after their rags to riches rise, a wake of murders and a series of mind games, their Mindset app replaces all rival social media and achieves a cult following of 1 billion users. I am a big fan of anything that has to do with social media. And so when I hear really unique types of stories like this, modern or even futuristic type stories like this, especially like murder mysteries and thrillers, I am on board. So it sounds really cool. I don't really know Kaplan that well, but I'm going to give it a try, at least read this issue 1 and see where it goes from here. So that is why it's going to be my number 4 pick of the week, Mindset issue number 1. All right, going into my number 3 pick, I got to have some Marvel on here, and more importantly, I got to have some mutant love on here. So I'm going with X-Men Red issue number 4. This series has been phenomenal, especially if you are, I mean, if you've been following along all the X-Men titles and the different series and stories that have been going on, I know it's a lot, but it's really, I've really been appreciating the writing style and the direction that it's been going, especially with its focus around Storm, who's my girl. So yeah, I've been really enjoying it. I know that it's hard to get into for some who are not, or if you haven't been following along the X titles. So I always like to put that little disclaimer in here, as you know, these are my top 5 books that I'm most excited for. So, you know, as I've been following along, I'm very pumped for where this series continues to go. But I could understand people skipping this if they haven't been following along, especially with like the Hickman X-Men stuff. It's a lot to catch up on, but as always, as I say, it is well worth the payoff if you are keeping up with it. So yeah, I'm enjoying X-Men Red, and hopefully you are too. But that's gonna be my number 3 pick of the week, X-Men Red issue number 4. I'm gonna keep it going here, and these last two definitely are a 1A, 1B, but I always try to make the decision and really stick to my guns on which one should be 2 and which one should be my number 1 pick. So I'm going to, for my number 2 pick, going to go with a DC book. It is Robin issue number 15. We had just finished up the wrap up to Shadow Wars with Williamson, who he's been doing the writing for this, along with Deathstroke and Batman, a few of the titles that have been tying in together with this main event. And overall, I thought the event was pretty good. I think that maybe the ending fell a little short there at the end, but either way, this particular series, Robin, just in general, has been fantastic. And so it's been one of my favorite DC reads ever since it started up. So I'm definitely sticking with that. And yes, the Shadow War technically is over now, although I think this is kind of adding a little continuation to it, but it's also going into a different direction as well. So, you know, if you haven't been reading, maybe this is a good time to jump in to the Robin series. If you want to go back and read the earlier stuff, I would recommend doing that, whether you know a lot about Damian Wayne or not. I think that's one of the reasons why I enjoyed it so much. I felt like it was, for the most part, new reader friendly, and that's why I've been giving Robin a shot. And Damian Wayne, especially, he's become one of my favorites. So at least, you know, in the DC world now. So I want to continue to see where this goes. Joshua Williamson continuing to write on this, and also I will point out Roger Cruz. He's been doing the artwork for the majority of these issues, and he's fantastic. I really I'm surprised not a lot of people are talking. I feel like not a lot of people are talking about Roger Cruz, and I feel like he should be talked about, because his artwork is really, really fantastic, and I'm enjoying it, especially with this style, focused around Robin. So, yeah, that's going to be my number 2 pick easily here, as this kind of starts off, I guess, a new story arc for Robin. So, Robin 15, my number 2 pick. Let me know in the comment section below if you are reading Robin and what you thought of Shadow War. I'm curious. Overall, I liked the main event. Like I said, the ending maybe wasn't as significant as I thought it was going to be with who shows up and everything, but overall I do like the grand scheme of the story, and I liked all the build up to it and the character building and things like that. So anyways, I'm curious. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you have any thoughts on Shadow War, the event. Okay, so we're really moving and grooving through this list here. Already gone through the top 4. I have one more to go, and of course hang out after, because I will go over my cover buy of the week as well. But before I do all that, I want to say again, thanks to everybody that's in the Premiere chat right now. Appreciate you always hanging out. Smash that like button if you haven't already. This Saturday, I do have a Comic Collector Origins lined up. It's actually going to be my last Origins until November. So I know I'm going on a little bit of a hiatus, at least with my Comic Collector Origins show, which is normally on Saturdays. So after this Saturday at 2 o'clock, I will be taking a little bit of break for that particular show. Of course, I'll still be here for these top 5 videos, these top 5 picks each and every week. Still moving forward with other stuff. Omni X-Men's actually wrapping up season 2. We just did the last one this past Tuesday for breakdowns. We will have our giveaway party this following Tuesday. So if you're around for that and you'd like to win free books and raffles and things like that, then join us over on John's channel. John, I'll put his information in the description below. John's Comics with Kids. Yeah, you can hear my dog. You know, he's frustrated that Comic Collector Origins is going on a little bit of a break, but either way, I'm really excited. I don't think I even announced yet, but this Saturday I'm going to be talking to my friend Tony, aka Old Wolf 65. Put his information right there. It's been a long time coming, so I'm excited to talk to Tony and learn a little bit more of his origin story. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, so anyways, let's get into the last pick here, my number one pick of the week. And of course, it's going to have to go to A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, issue number 9. I can't believe we're on issue number 9. I feel like this has really been flying by. I had just reread issues 7 and 8, which is starting the new story arc. This series is so crazy. It is beyond crazy. It is such a wild ride, and it is done in such a unique way that is really just so different than a lot of the other comic books that you may be reading right now. And I should point out that it's Rick Remender, right? So his style of writing is very different than I feel like your average writer. So I definitely recommend checking out this series if you haven't already. Like I said, the new story arc was issue 7. So yeah, we're only a couple issues into the new story arc. But yeah, it's like a movie. It really is like a thriller type movie. People are dying, people have been tortured. There's a lot of action involved, and yet there's not a lot of dialogue, but the story's being told really well. And you really care for these characters and trying to figure out what is going on. The main character, Sonny, it's just really good. So, I'm going to leave it at that. It's Rick Remender, and of course, Andre Lima Arahu doing the artwork, who's been fantastic. And again, really, they're allowing him to tell this story, using just artwork. So a lot of it's just really well done. So, anyways, that's going to be my number one pick of the week. Sorry, my dog's very, very excited about all these books that I've just been talking about. But yes, A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, issue number 9. That's my number one pick of the week. All right, now don't go away quite yet. I do have my cover buy of the week, so I'm going to put that up here. And again, cover buy of the week for me, it's just a piece of artwork that I'm like, man, I just have to own this book, whether I've been reading this series or not. I am buying this book because I love the cover. And so luckily, again, it is a title that I've also been reading. It was actually on my list a little bit earlier. I am going with this book right here, X-Men Red, issue number 4, the Stephanie Hans variant. Look at this beautiful Storm cover. I absolutely love it. Love the electricity, the hair flowing in the background. She just looks super badass, and I'm loving it. Stephanie Hans always killing it with her covers. I am on board. So that is going to be my cover buy of the week. And yes, that is a 1 in 25 incentive variant. So hopefully not too expensive. Hopefully we'll find a deal. But yeah, so anyways, that's going to be my cover buy of the week. And let me know in the comment section below, do you have a cover buy of the week? Do you ever have that situation where you see a cover and you're like, man, I don't even know what this is, but I'm buying it because I just love how this cover looks? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, that is it. That is my top 5 picks for New Comic Book Day coming out next week, June 29th, 2022. If you like what you saw, make sure you smash the like button on your way out. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you're picking up. If there's anything here that you agree with or you think I missed out on or forgot to mention, let me know. Otherwise, I appreciate you hanging out. And until next time, I will talk to you later.